everyone. Welcome to yet another exciting, amazing, exhilarating episode of Girlwisecode. So today we've got something really exciting lined up. We have someone special coming to join us. And in fact, we're in her backyard right now, filming in Sydney. So before we get into it, I just want to start by introducing myself. My name is Christine, and I'll pass it on to my fellow Girlwise coders to introduce themselves.
Hello everybody, welcome to Girlwisecode. My name is Martha. Happy for you to join us today.
Hi everyone, my name's Maggie. Welcome back to the channel.
Hi, I'm Essie. Welcome back to the channel.
Awesome. So thank you guys, and hopefully that you will subscribe and like our channel. And if you like what we've talked about today, feel free to write any questions or just ask any questions, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So without further ado, I just want to introduce our amazing special guest who is not, to be honest, I don't think she's a stranger. A lot of people would have seen her on TV. She's done a lot of work in the community space. She's helped thousands of people, and we're so honored to have her today and to have her share her wisdom with us. So I just want to welcome our amazing drum roll. Yes, Rosemary. Welcome. All right, so Rosemary, who's sitting next to us, has done, as I said, she's a very accomplished woman, first of all, and a migrant woman, to make it even special. She is the 2021 Australia Local Hero. And before I start talking more about what she's done, I'm just gonna, pass it on to her and say, Rosemary, can you share with us what you do and tell us more about yourself?
Thank you, wonderful ladies who are sitting here with me and giving me this golden chance to share with you what I do. And as a mother, today's Mother's Day, I feel happy surrounded by young, talented women who come out to empower other women. As you know, I'm a women activist, and when I see young lady coming up to support other women, that's my joy. So, what do? I have so many hats. My job, which pays my bills, is I'm a multicultural community liaison officer with the New South Wales Police, and I've just moved from Parramatta. Now I'm in Campbelltown to be near home. And a lot of my free time, I work with the women. And why do I work with the women? When I came to this country, I was very lonely, and I thought, what do I do at my lonely time? There were no Africans at that time. You used to see an African on the other side, you go running to them. If they're on the other side of the platform, you have to go around and go to the other side of the platform to say hi. So I thought, what can I do? And that's where my volunteer work started. And from 2002 to 2004, that's the time the South Sudanese and Liberians and the Sierra Leoneans were coming in huge numbers from Africa to here, and they were not accessing services. And that's when, and because I was volunteering with the African Community Council at that time, that's how I got involved working with the women. Thank you.
So obviously we all know that you recently were awarded Australian Hero of the Year 2021 award. So that is for your work in the community. Could you please tell us how your life has changed since receiving the award? Yes.
Since I received this award on 25th of January, it has been, my life has just changed. It's not my life anymore, but I still have life for myself, because from engagement, going to speak to schools, going to speak to retirement village, going to speak to small groups even of 10 people, 100 people, I even talk to 1,000 kids, or even communities, and they want to know what is that I do, that me as an African, as a woman, has been nominated as the 2021 Australian Local Hero. And I say, when I started volunteering, I didn't know even about awards. I just do what I like doing, supporting the women and empowering the women. And when you empower a woman, you have empowered the whole village.
Yes.
When you educate a woman, you have educated the whole village. That's why, if I can say it, I zeroed to work with the women, because once I work with the women will empower the husband, will empower the children, will empower the neighbors. And if you give information to a woman, I'm telling you, they'll tell everyone with their ears. They keep on telling me, say, you told me that last week, because they don't want that information to go under the carpet.
Yes.
Give it to the man, then you go and say, why did you tell me that information? I didn't know you were interested. But that's the difference within the women. And if they see a job, and they will push you. I remember this lady one day, there was a support teacher, and they wanted somebody from the African background, because it was that time when the Africans are coming and they didn't know how to deal with these kids. And this girl was was on maternity leave, and they wanted somebody just for 2 days a week. And I talked and I said, you can do this. You can support these kids. If they see your color, they will listen to you. And she went, she did it, and she went and did masters in teaching. Now she's a high school teacher, and she loves it. Tell me, Rosemary, thank you for pushing me. Because when I look at you, I see your strength, and I don't leave it. I will push you until you are there. And that's what we need to do as women. When you see something out there, just tell other women. Sometimes a woman comes to talk to me, and I ask her, when is the last time you went for coffee with somebody? When is the last time you went even by yourself? I cannot remember. When did you ever go for a holiday? I've never gone for a holiday. And you say you're stressing your children, you're stressing the people at work, because you don't have that self-care. We need to look after ourselves. Women, go and pamper yourself. Go for that walk, admiring the butterflies, admiring that purple flower in the bush. Call your friend if that's what you love doing. Just laugh. Just call them, let's go. Go to your neighbor and say, let's go for a walk. Let's go to the supermarket just around. And when you're walking, you know about their culture. And even them, because most of them are, Aussies, we call them Aussies, which are white Australians. They love learning our cultures, but they don't know how to do it, because they think, if I ask, maybe they'll be offended. Open your doors for them too. They know how to cook white rice. Cook for them biryani. Cook for them pilau. And through that, a conversation starts. And you can watch this through Rosemary's documentary, Rosemary's Way documentary, and see simple things. Just people saying, have a chai. What is chai? And you explain what is chai, because chai means tea in different ways. When they see chai, they think it's all that spiced tea. Chai can just be the boiled tea leaves and water. It can be anything. That's a good way of starting a conversation. And if all of us start that conversation, we will go back where we started with our grandparents, where everybody looked after them. The other day, I had visitors and I didn't have lemon, and I'm telling my grandson, can you go and so and get 2 lemons for me? That's the way we lived back home. You tell people we do this here, they can't believe. And it's the way you choose, the way you can change. You can change all these things. Oh, nowadays, people, I can't go to somebody's without telling them. Yes, I don't go to my boys when they are single. I might get a shock. Or even girls, I don't visit them if they are single without telling them. But if they have families and I'm passing, I'll just go in. Just to say hi, because maybe I found myself there. So let us look after each other. And don't leave the young people. Let's walk with them. When they come with them. Let's sit around it. I watched one day a program where the longest people stay for many, many years, and all of them are very happy. They asked them, why is people live here very long and they're all happy? They said, it's a small island between Greece and somewhere, I can't remember the name. And they said all evenings they all eat together.
Yeah.
They all bring the food, and their children come.
Yes.
And because they now all know each other, and they're eating together, and after eating, they dance, they share stories, so nobody can ever do anything wrong. Because you know each other, and they think they're all related.
Yeah.
And so they look after each other, and let's start that.
Yes.
Let's start and continue that, looking after each other, not fearing.
Yeah.
That thing which, I might be sued, or I might be, let's remove all that and start being human beings once again.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned your work in the community, and specifically your professional job as a community liaison officer with the Campbelltown Police. Now, obviously in that job, you have many experiences with multicultural groups and migrant groups. So how has that shaped your perspective of multicultural Australia?
Australia is a multicultural country, and we say it's a multicultural country, but do we practice it? Do we practice it really?
Yeah.
People live in silos. If, let's say, the Kenyans, they're Kenyans. If it is Nigerians, they're Nigerians. Ghanaians. Pacific Islander, they are Pacific. Indians, they are Indians. Then what did we come to do here in Australia? We could have lived in our own countries. Let us mix and just enjoy that. In my work, I work with multicultural communities, and I'm telling you, I just go there and when we start talking, and all people are the same. When I take women to the countryside, if you hear them in the bus when they are talking, sometimes I just give them a topic. I tell them, let's talk about dowry. I know we say it's not there, but we know it's there. So can we share? How do you do it in your country?
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, when they start talking, most of them, it's nearly the same. They just twist it, and you know who twisted it, the men. So, but through doing that, we are letting the women open up. And I'm telling you, we are all the same. Let us start living together. And now I like how the system is working. They don't say there's an African worker or an Iraqi worker. There is a general worker, and they bring those beautiful. Like now, I have a program I'm doing at work called the Women Coffee Club. And different women drop in, and when they come, there is a Bangladeshi, there is an Iraqi, there is a Thai, there is an African, some don't even understand English, but when they come there, you can see them laughing. And slowly they start picking one word, and they're encouraging them. The word couldn't even talk. Now she's the loudest because she has realized she's loved. Nobody cares about whether her English is broken or whatever, and everybody encourages, and they teach each other things. You see, they always talking, and some don't even know, like they can't talk even proper English. So in my job, I have learned a lot, and I love it because I deal with different. When it is like now it's Ramadan, we go for iftar dinners, and you can imagine how they cook that wonderful food. And you are learning about them. I take the police out there to have dinners with different people. If there's let's say the Deeper Valley, we go and be part of them. If it is Chinese New Year and all those colors. So when you see a Chinese celebration, dress up with the African beautifulness. Go and be part of them. If you see another culture, go and be part of them. So that this fear of fearing each other, it will go. Yeah.
So as a liaison officer, your work entails helping people who face domestic violence, language barriers, and financial distress. So in your opinion, what leads to financial distress for migrant people, and do you have any tips on how they can overcome them?
Thank you for that question, Maggie. Financial distress is a lot with the migrant, and especially the migrant women. When the men come here, back home they are the breadwinners. And when they come here, the roles reverse, because the women can integrate very quickly. They can do cleaning jobs, they can do all. But a man was an engineer, a doctor, telling them to go and clean people's houses. That's a no. And they eventually go and very bad depression. But the women, first of all, is actually they are busy with the children, and slowly they start going to English classes. And now if you look at many women, all of them are doing something. Either they are working in disability, or they are doing cleaning jobs, or they are doing something, and or they look after children for 2 days for somebody so they can go to college or they can go to school. They are not just sitting down, but it took a long time for them to be where they are. About financial independence is telling them to save that money. When you work, wherever you work, put it, even if it is $10, if it is $20. And there's one thing that has happened now. Back home, we used to call them go-rounds, merry-go-round. Here, people come together and they put money together and they give one person. Maybe they pay school fees, or maybe they want to put a deposit. Like especially if you are a single parent, there's no way you can raise money for a deposit. For me, I can give you an example. I joined a group which we call Shirika. Shirika is what in English? Is togetherness, togetherness. And we put money together, and that's how I raised a deposit to buy my first home. Without that Shirika, I couldn't even be able to be in this beautiful home of mine, because it came from there. So don't think I'm alone here. I cannot be able to do this. Just join together. For example, let's say we have so many women, so many talented women. If we take 100 women, every year we put 10,000, because 10,000 you can take even a credit card or even a loan. That is how much money 100 people, that is $1 million. $1 million you go and buy a house cash. Every year you buy, because in a year surely, even if you take an extra job, you can pay that 10,000. Then in 10 years, we have 10 homes with no single debt. And this rent from these 10 houses, we'll be buying a house another year. Do you want to tell me we cannot get 100 people committed? And especially young people. Because you look at yourself when you're alone, there's no way you can afford a house by yourself. Why can't we come together? And that's what I'm giving to you women, even new women who are listening here. If you are interested, put your name down and you'll be one of the 100 women. These women wants to show the women to be financial free, financial, if they want to go to visit their families, they don't have to just rely on borrowing money from the bank or even waiting for their husband or partners to give to them. They will be financial independent. If you come together, it's better than when you are one. And that starts by discussions around the table like this. When you are having small group talk with them, I see especially the Sudanese community, South Sudanese, they're big in this. They have done so much. The Chinese, them, they deal with millions. Oh my God, that is another level. They put a lot of money, and they don't buy anything with the credit card. They don't even have credit cards. They don't even buy things with their card. I don't know what they are doing now, because most people you have to pay with the card. They pay everything with cash because of coming together. So if our young people, especially who are finishing the high school, going to uni, if they can start saving, let's say for example, even it's 100 or 49, can you imagine when they are 30 years, how much money they will be having? So let us go and think about this, and if you are interested, please ask questions in this forum, and together we can do something.
Yes.